Thank you for coming in today, Angelique. I see that you were referred to me by Dr. Ronco. Could you tell me a little bit about your appointment with her?
It was just a checkup appointment. I went to go see her and just let her know that I was pretty stressed out and I had a lot of insomnia. And I started a new job with little first graders, so I need my sleep, so she suggested that I come to you.
Okay. Before we go further into discussion, I want to let you know that I'm very big on confidentiality. I want to let you know that whatever you and I discuss today, everything will remain between you and I. However, if you do tell me that you're going to harm yourself or others, I will have to report that. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So you told me that you're having problems with stress and trouble sleeping. Is it okay if I write some of this down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what seems to be the issue with your stress?
Well, last year in October, I had surgery, and they diagnosed me with endometriosis, but I had previously been dealing with the issue for about 3 years before they ever did the surgery. They didn't want to do it because I was too young, but I had it anyway. So after that, I started getting treatment for it. I was on a 6-month treatment with a Lupron shot in my arm. I had to get one every 3 months. And through the course of those 6 months, I gained 17 pounds. So that was hard because I already felt like I needed to lose weight. And then 17 pounds on top of that was a lot. I got off the treatment and they put me on a different shot. And then I gained 11 pounds. Well, they put an implant in my arm, but I had them take it out because I didn't like it. But I have a scar on my arm now from that. And then, so that I gained 11 pounds. So in total, it was about like a 26-pound weight gain. And I'm like bigger than I ever have been. So I started with a lot of depression. I was just sad all the time because I couldn't fit any of my clothes, but I refused to buy more clothes because I don't have any money. So I came home from school. I was at Vincent's for about 3 years. I came home to live with my parents again, and my dad didn't want me to get a job because he saw how this health stuff was affecting me, and he was just nervous that I wouldn't be able to perform well at a workplace. But I got a job anyway because I was bored at home, and I ended up missing a lot of days and pretty much got fired. So then it was just more depression. I was on Lexapro. They had me on Lexapro. They had me trying to find different birth controls for me to be put on, so they put me on those birth controls. And then because I was on the Lexapro, like I needed to sleep, so I was on Ambien, a night pill to get me to sleep, but that wasn't working. I was on a pain pill, but that wasn't working. So the total was about 8 pills that I was taking every single day. And so at night, before I went to sleep, I refilled my pill container and waited for the next day to take my pills. So I kind of felt like an old person who has to put pills in a thing every day and take pills in order to function in society. So, of course, that led to more depression, but I was already on Lexapro, so they upped my dose from 10 milligrams to 20, thinking that was going to help. And it may have, but I decided to stop taking all of my pills one day. Stop taking them all, 8. And I just didn't take them anymore. I've been taking them for almost a year, and I just felt like I was drugged every single day. Like, every day was something different. Like, either I couldn't sleep because of the side effects of the pills, or I slept too long, or then I would have back pain because one of the pills was causing a problem. It was just too much. And when I stopped taking all the pills, I felt better. Like, everything that it seemed to be going wrong corrected itself when I was on no pills. So then, as I thought everything was getting better, I decided to enroll back into school. I was like, my health is under control. I don't feel pain. So I enrolled into classes at Ivy Tech, and within the first week, my bladder stopped working. I was incontinent. And it just kind of was something that fell out of the sky. Well, I guess not really. I was having issues with my bladder for as long as I was with the endometriosis pain. And when they fixed the endometriosis, I thought my bladder would be fixed, so I didn't think anything else of my bladder until it started failing me in August. Went to the fair with my sister and my cousin and literally peed on myself. I had no control. I didn't know that I was about to pee. I had no idea what was going on. It just was there. So the next day I purchased adult diapers. I'm 21, so wearing an adult diaper, which my grandmother wore when I took care of her, was mind-boggling. Like, what? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So I decided that it's either wear these diapers or pee on yourself in public places. So I wore the diapers for a month. I would tell my parents what was going on. My dad, who's like always there to make sure it doesn't matter the cost, it doesn't matter the doctor, he gets me there and he gets it figured out. He took me to a urologist. I had 2 appointments. They prescribed me with pills, which I decided that I wasn't taking anymore. And he tried to say I had overactive bladder, which a doctor had already told me that I didn't have overactive bladder, but he didn't sit down long enough to listen to me tell him that I, knew that I did not have that. So I had 2 appointments with him, and then finally I was like, I'm not taking these pills anymore. I don't have overactive bladder. You need to do something else. So now I have another surgery coming up for my bladder. And it's outpatient, which is fine, but as of now, this is going to be my 4th time being put under. And that's a lot, because I have my sisters who've never had surgery in their entire life. They've never been put under. They've never been in the hospital. And then there's me, who's been in the hospital 4, 5, 6 times. I go at least twice a year to the emergency room because of the pain. And then I've had 4 surgeries. So, this will be my 4th surgery. So it's hard seeing 5 siblings be healthy people, and then you have the 6th child, which is me, being I wouldn't say unhealthy, but the sick person. It's like my mother calls me a walking medical bill, which is true, because I am. All the medical bills that come into our house have Angelique Williams on them. So, I don't know. I'm just tired.
Yeah. I can see where you would be very overwhelmed. Must be a tough situation. Have you went to see somebody for counseling about the issues with the medications?
My Dr. Ronco sent me to a psychiatrist, thinking she could help me with the insomnia. It was really bad. Before my surgery came last year, the insomnia was horrible. She prescribed me pills. It seems to be the answer to all the doctors. It's like, I tell them something, and it's like, oh, this medicine will help. Or I tell them, oh, this medicine will help. But what they don't understand is I'm sick of taking medicine. So if you're giving me a solution to something and you don't realize how that makes me feel, like I feel like none of them just listen to me and try to give me solutions other than drugging me. Because that's what I feel like. I feel like I'm a patient being drugged because I can't handle my life. And even if that's not what it is, that's how I feel. And they don't understand that. And so they get upset with me because I don't want to take the pills that they're giving me, but I'm complaining about it. I mean, maybe I get, but I don't know. She's the one who prescribed the Lexapro.
Okay.
Dr. Ronco prescribed the 10 milligrams. I went to the psychiatrist. She made it 20 milligrams and said that if that's not working, to come back and she'll up the dose. So if 20 milligrams isn't working, 10 milligrams isn't working, I'm sure you putting me on 30 or 40 or however high they go milligrams, it's not going to work either because I'm not receptive to them, so I don't want to take them.
Do you personally feel like the medicine's helping your situation with the endometriosis? As in, do you feel like it's controlling the pain?
The 6 months treatment did. Everything after that, no. But it's called Lupron, and I guess it's too strong, and so they don't want you to take it. They just want you to do the 6 months, and then they said for some people they only want it for that one time in their entire life. Mm-hmm. And then for other people, they say, oh, they can have it in a couple years. So I can't have it right now because I just got done in April.
Okay.
I also feel like it affects my relationship.
Okay.
I have a boyfriend, and we've been dating for about 8 months now. And with endometriosis, I have good and bad days. Some days I'm in a lot of pain, other days I'm not. So when we're together, and it also affects fertility. So in the future, I might not be able to have kids. And we talked about it kind of before we got into a relationship, but I don't think he really understood what I was saying. We've been friends for 3 years. So he's been in my life a long time, and I don't really think he understood the severity of endometriosis. He doesn't get it. He doesn't see that when we start trying to have kids, I might not be able to. And it's not my fault. It's my uterus. But he thinks that, like the doctors, that just medicine can fix it. There's no cure for endometriosis. Medicine can't fix it. Medicine can try to help it, but it can't take it away. Like, I'm going to always have it for the rest of my life, and it's hereditary. So what if I give it to my daughter? If I have a child, if I can have kids, then what if I give it to her? Like, that's how I got it, because my grandmother had it, my mom has it, so now I have it. And I don't want to do that. So the thing I want most is to have kids. So it's kind of like either I can't, or I give my daughter some debilitating disease that I can't stand, and then I'm going to willingly give it to my child. So I don't know. And so
yeah, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, going back from you were telling me about how your father took you to the doctor and the specialist. Mm-hmm. It seems that you have a really supportive system at home with your mother and father, and that's really good with this, with endometriosis. Maybe if you could sit down with your mother and father, with your boyfriend, and have them kind of elaborate on how serious it is and how important it is for, you to have a, stable environment and a stable relationship. However, the pills, I would look at it as, being something that can help you in the long run with your condition. But I can see where, it could be very stressful and you can lose sleep over this. Have you talked to anyone, like peers or any other family members, about how you're feeling about this?
Sometimes, if I'm having a really bad day, I tell them and I talk to them more because I want them to understand that I'm not trying to be mean on purpose. I can get really upset with people when I don't feel good. And it's nothing that they did, I just feel horrible. So when people talk to me, I kind of snap, and then I have to explain to them what's going on. So unless it's that kind of situation, I don't really sit down and be like, well, Mom, this is how I feel, or Dad, this is how I feel. I just kind of say, I feel like crap, we need to do something about it, and I go to my room, so.
Right. And this is a situation, like, from you telling me the situation, it seems like it's really hard to handle, so I can see where you could be irritable and lash out at others. have you talked to the specialist, the surgeon, about the upcoming surgery that you're going to have? Have they talked to you about prepping for it and like how to control your anxiety and stress levels?
Yeah, I was able to speak with the nurse. I called, they don't call you, but I called her and just asked the details of the surgery. And of course, it's the day before Thanksgiving, so I won't be able to spend my Thanksgiving with my family because I'll be on drugs in my bed by myself while they have Thanksgiving dinner. I mean, they'll be at the house, but it's not the same. And that's the only time they can do the surgery unless I want to wait until January. But with the pain that I'm having and the accidents that I'm having, and like I said, I just got a new job, so I can't afford to be sick. I can't just stay at home when I don't feel good. Like, I have to go to work, and I'm not going to go to work, with having accidents. So this surgery is supposed to correct that. It's supposed to expand my bladder so that I don't have incontinence anymore. So I'm going to do it and just miss out on family like I always have to. So,
I mean, in a way, just think about it as something that's going to help you feel better, and then the pain may go away. It seems to me that you feel like you're just stuck on drugs and you're not going to be able to live a normal life.
yeah. If they put you on pain medicine, which is what I'm usually on, you're just like, it's like you're there, but you're not. You miss so much. Like, my mom could be talking to me, and it'll take me at least 2 minutes to realize that she was even talking. And so it's kind of just like, what do I do? Like, I'm always just not realizing what's happening.
Yeah. That seems really tough to deal with. So, about the Lexapro, are you still on that?
No.
You're not? Okay. And have your doctors talked to you about, as far as Lexapro helping with your depression?
Mm-hmm.
You just don't want to, you don't want to be on it? You're just tired of being on medications. You figure the less meds that you take, the less you have to deal with being stuck on them. Okay. Now, have you, since the weight gain, has it stopped? Has the weight gain stopped, or?
No. Well, it's just not like, for the Lupron, it was the steroids and the medicine that made me gain weight. For the implant, it increased my appetite. So now I'm dealing with the fact that I eat more. My stomach is bigger. It's just, I can eat. Like, my family brings it up all the time. Like, if we'll go out to dinner, like, I'll eat all of my food, and they're just like, that's not the Angelique we know, because she would never, like, I don't eat that much. I eat like half of my plate, and I always have leftovers, but I don't have leftovers anymore. And on top of not having leftovers, an hour after I eat, I want to go eat something else. So because it increased my appetite, now I'm dealing with the fact that I have to stop eating as much in order to lose weight.
Okay. Excuse me. So how do you feel about your meeting with me today?
I feel like I got a lot off my chest. Just a lot of things that I can't talk to people about because they don't understand. So I feel better, honestly, because when you keep stuff on your mind like that, you can go crazy.
Yeah, you can.
So I'm glad that she referred me and I was able to talk with you, just so we can maybe start figuring some things out and getting me to sleep and just to not stress out so much and to do things without all these medications. Like maybe just talking will make me feel better mentally, and then maybe that will give me enough, just get me through dealing with my pain if I'm able to have a clear mind and a clear head.
And I must commend you on, this is very brave of you to come in today and share this with me. Not many people can come out and express how they're feeling about a situation such as endometriosis. I personally did not know as much as I did today since you told me about endometriosis, and I can see where, excuse me, I can see where that you would be very stressed out and you would probably feel embarrassed and depressed. And I'm here to help you. And so this was more of, I just wanted to get some insight on your situation, and maybe next week or whenever you feel like you want to come back in, we can find some alternatives as far as ways to cope with your stress and ways to get you back to sleeping well throughout the night, because we don't want you to be exhausted. You have that job, so you have to be very attentive. And I feel like you can get through this. I'm going to try my best to help you as much as I can, to the best of my ability. And is this a good time for you on a Tuesday night?
Yes.
At 6 o'clock, good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to figure out a time. So did you want to meet next week or in 2 weeks?
I'm going to do 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we'll do 2 weeks from today. Today's the 11th, so we'll do the 25th at 6 o'clock. And we can talk more. Maybe you can let me know how, the situation with, your stress, if your stress has went down. And we can talk more and find some ways to get you going. It's a tough process, but, you're going to get through it. And I'm glad that you were comfortable letting me know. So I appreciate your time. And thank you for meeting with me.
Thank you.
Yeah.